What is going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another Zombies Top 5, where today we are looking at the top 5 worst war weapons that you can buy in all of Call of Duty Zombies. If you want to enjoy today's video, a like rating would be very much appreciated. Only if you want to, though. If you don't feel like it, I totally understand. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest Zombies videos on the channel, and also click the notification icon next to it as well. Let me know in the comment section below what top 5 I should do next, and also if you agree with this list. As always, this is in my opinion, so these are the weapons that I really don't like. These are honestly what I tend to stay away with, and I'm going to recommend you guys don't even touch these. They are terrible, unless you really have to. I mean, a weapon's better than nothing, right? Maybe not number 1. But with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. So coming in at number 5, this actually for me is the only weapon that I really don't want to put on this list, because honestly, I love it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, I think this is one of the best. Okay, that's a lie. But out of the worst war weapons, this is definitely one of the best. Does that help a little bit? Okay, anyway, coming in at number 5, I have had to put the Shiva. Now, originally, the Shiva for me didn't come onto this list. Like I said, I have a crush on this weapon. I think it is awesome. A lot of people don't like it, and I honestly can't see why, because it's powerful, and you know what I'm going to blame it on? The chunkiness of it. I think a lot of people think, because of the chunkiness of this weapon, that it's a shotgun. Well, it isn't, and it's an assault rifle, and it's damn good, right? No, but honestly, though, this weapon, for me, I can keep easily up until, like, round 7, round 8, which for a starting pistol, or not a pistol, for a starting weapon, is freaking good. And then if you pack-a-punch the Shiva, it becomes just that little bit better, which for me is why it doesn't come further down on this list. A lot of people I know would put this at number 2 or number 3, maybe even number 1. But for me, I don't think this should make it onto this list. But I know that a lot of people will disagree. I always go onto videos and people are like, the Shiva, why are you even using that, dude? It is terrible. It is the worst starting weapon ever. It is the worst war weapon ever. If you haven't noticed on my gameplays, I always use the Shiva over the RK5. For starting weapons, for me, the Shiva is the best. Let me tell you why. It is because of the range. The range on this is awesome. If you go for headshots, it's actually a really effective weapon, but I just can't see me putting the RK5 on this list instead of the Shiva. The RK5, I think, is that little more effective, especially up close. But I know you guys will be wanting it on this list, so the Shiva's got to come in at number 5, although I'm a little bit skeptical, guys. But I am going to put it here to satisfy some of you Shiva haters. I don't know what it is. Just try the weapon, right? It's good. It's good. The Shiva, if you didn't know, is a semi-automatic weapon. It has a fire rate of 257, which, I mean, it's semi-automatic, right? So you wouldn't expect it to be high. It has a small magazine size, which I would say is a down point about this. The magazine size really is quite small, of just 10, especially for an assault rifle, even though it is semi-automatic. But other than that, for a war weapon, especially a starting war weapon, I like it. It definitely doesn't deserve to come further down than number 5. Coming in at number 4 is a weapon that really just let me down. With the way it looks, you would expect it to be a lot better, but this is the PM63 on Black Ops. Again, another weapon that you can buy on the wall. You usually get it in the second room to the starting area, so the first door you open, it's usually in that room. I especially remember this on Ascension and Kino, but it is just a bad weapon. I always pick this up because it was a fully automatic. So you would expect it to be decent, but it isn't. The damage is terrible. In fact, it's pretty much the same as the Shiva. For a weapon that's not a starting room weapon, you would expect it to be a lot better. Like I said, with the fire rate on this being so high of 937, for me, it just doesn't cut it. Now, what's even worse about this is when you pack-a-punch it, it's called the Tokyo and Rose. It turns into a dual wield, which is awesome, but the damage goes up a tiny bit from 100 to 140, and in my opinion, that's terrible. The magazine size goes from 20 to 25, which, okay, that's not bad because it's dual wield. The max ammo increases, but other than that, it's just bad. It's not what you would expect this weapon to be. The way it looks, the way it feels, the way it shoots, its high fire rate. Come on, guys. No. What is this? Don't buy this. Now, coming in at number 3 is, I had to put this here. I might have swapped it at number 4 and put it in at number 4, but you know what? I've wrote down on my list, this is the Pharaoh. Now, some of you guys who maybe haven't used this weapon enough will be like, Eli, what are you on about? That's a decent weapon. But no, it's not. It's not. No! The Pharaoh was given to us on Black Ops 3, and it wasn't given to us straight away. It was only available past Dear Eyes and Draka, so Zetsubo no Shima, Gorod Kurovi. And I think it's on Revelations as well, but I can't quite remember. But this is a 4-round auto burst weapon. The fire rate is 659 RPM overall. When Pack-a-Punch, that doesn't increase. The magazine size is tiny, goes from 40 to 60 packed. It's just a generally bad weapon. Other 3-round burst or 4-round burst weapon, the fact that this is 4-round burst, it should be better than the M16, right? Or at least on par, maybe just a little bit below, but it's terrible. I think I put this weapon on my top 5 worst mystery box weapons, and now it's also coming in on the top 5 worst war weapons as well. Is this worse than the Shiva? Yeah, you know what, I honestly think the Shiva is better than the Pharaoh. You wouldn't expect the Shiva to be good. It's a starting room weapon, so you would expect the Pharaoh to be a lot better, but it just isn't. And when you Pack-a-Punch this, it's such a letdown. It's called the Whispering Regulator, how would you say that? I don't know! I hate this! No, but with other weapons, the Shiva, I'm gonna buy it. The PM63, probably not. The Pharaoh, never. I will never touch this. It 100% needs to come on this list. It's got a freaking cool name, at least Pharaoh is. Maybe it should have come in at number 4. I'll leave that one for you guys to debate. But let me know in the comment section below, what would your top 5 be? Do you agree with this so far? Like I said, it's all in my opinion, so maybe you would change it around. Except from the Shiva, that's not quite in my opinion. But the Pharaoh could have come in at either number 4 or number 3. You could swap those two. But talking about that, coming in at number 2 is the Ariska. Now I understand that the Ariska is very similar to the Kar 98, but let me tell you why I've chose the Ariska over that. Well, first off, you can't Pack-a-Punch this. Whereas you can Pack-a-Punch the Kar 98, in which it becomes the Armageddon. Granted, it's not very good, but at least you can Pack-a-Punch it. The Ariska, as I said, you can't. It returned in the revised version of Shino Numa, so it was available in Black Ops on the Resurrection map pack, and could be purchased off the wall, but it is only available, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, in Shino Numa. Since it is a Japanese weapon, it's only right that it's available on that map, and I'm gonna say that's a good thing, right? We don't want this on any other map. It's wasting space. It's a terrible weapon. Just take it away. If you've never used it, it is a bolt action weapon. The damage is 100. It's got a magazine size of 5, reload time of 2 seconds. I mean, that's good, right? But it's a bolt action. You don't want to long. It's so hard to get excited about this terrible weapon. Look, the Ariska is bad. It's got to come in at number 2. If you ever use this, just stop it. You don't actually want this. Kar 98 is better, but only slightly. It has to come in at number 2. Now, before I get into number 1, I was considering putting the BAR on this list, but in all honesty, is it really worse than the Shiva? The answer is no. If the Shiva's coming in at number 5, could the bar replace that? Honestly, no. The bar is quite a bad weapon for a wall weapon, but it's not terrible. It does do some damage. On other maps other than Verrucht, it's not too bad. Some people might say the VMP. I mean, I think it's pretty decent, or the Weevil. We cannot go against the Weasel. I mean, but apart from that, I suppose you could also put the Kar 98, but like I said, it's pretty much like the Ariska, so I suppose you could put both of those weapons at number 2. But getting that out of the way, coming in at number 1, okay, where's that freaking guy that keeps saying this in the comments? The Springfield is not a wonder weapon, it is the worst war weapon in Zombies, the Springfield. My only question, honestly, is why? 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 So, if you've never used this weapon, don't, because it's undoubtedly the worst war weapon. Not only the worst war weapon, this is the worst weapon in all of Zombies. Mystery box, whatever, get given this for free, throw it away, it is the worst weapon. It is a bolt action, it has a magazine size of 5. You know what the best thing about this is probably the fact that it costs 200 points to buy. Doesn't that say something? If a weapon is 200 points, don't trust it. Don't pick this up. Okay, so I'm sorry, but the lack of power on this is disgusting. Rumor has it, this is a myth, this is a legend, that this weapon takes 2 shots to kill a zombie on insta-kill. Now, I don't know if that's right. I'm not gonna say anything. But that's the rumor that's been going around. And if that doesn't tell you that this is the worst war weapon ever, I don't know what does. That's all I'm gonna say, because I feel quite sick. Anyway, there we go. Those for me are the top 5 worst war weapons ever given to us in zombies. So I'm still kind of miffed about the Sheather. I don't think it should be here, but I can't think of a weapon that should replace it. So there we go. Let me know your top 5 in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, a like rating would be very much appreciated, but of course you don't have to if you don't want to. Make sure you are subscribed and also click the notification icon to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, goodbye.